Hey guys, so I've been debating a lot whether to make this video or not. There's a lot of complex emotions that I'm going to talk about, and I just wasn't sure if I was ready to put myself out there with this concept and how everyone would take it, I guess, as well as not necessarily the feedback from it, but the influence from it. Oh, I don't even know if influence is the right word, but anyway, we'll just get right into it. I have a son that is autistic, and he is almost 4. His name's Ty, and he was diagnosed June, not June. It is June. January 18th of this year. And it was emotional, and even though I kind of already knew, I mean, he was 3.5, I knew that there was some sort of delay or disability or something, just from, what's wrong? That's my baby, sorry if you hear him in the background. Just from the characteristics he was showing and the lack of communication, and a lot of different things showed that there could be something wrong. I don't know how else to put it really, but like, for instance, for like example, things to watch for: walking on the balls of their feet, flapping their hands like this, and like kind of squealing or screaming for like something they want instead of using words. He only has 4 words that he uses. Well, I guess 5 now. He just said another one last week, and he's actually been using it a lot, so that's awesome. Any word I can get, I will take. Like, it just is so weird. I have like a glare on my nose. Any word that he will say, I'm really grateful for. And with my first son, when he started talking, because he's my second son that's autistic, and with my first one, when he started talking, I was like, oh, that's awesome, you know, he's talking, he said this, he said this, he said this. And I think I took it for granted too much, because now that I've had a son that didn't say his first word until after he was 3, he didn't say his first word. You just don't realize how hard it is to not have that communication with a son or a child until you don't have it. And so, yeah, I did take it for granted with my first son. And now that I am going through that with my autistic child, that with Ty, it's a really hard thing. Like, he doesn't understand a lot that kids do understand. He's very different, and I know every autistic case is really different, but it's pretty autistic. I mean, there's an autistic spectrum disorder is what it's called, and there's a scale. There's like, this end of the scale is 1, and clear over here is 24. 24 is like the highest the diagnosis scale goes, at least the scale that they use where he got diagnosed. 12 is the start of autism. So anything 1 to 12 on the learning scale, you could say, or the level that they're at, is not autistic. It's not even Asperger's. From like 12 to, I think, 18, 16, 18, somewhere in there, that's Asperger's. And as it progresses, it turns into autism. 24 is like the severe autism, 12 is like autism spectrum. It's not that severe. I mean, Asperger's basically is a mild form of autism. It is a form of autism, it's just more mild. He has autism. He is on that scale, he is a 22, which basically is pretty severe. I mean, there's only 2 more stages that would be more severe. However, he did walk on time, he did crawl on time. We didn't notice any thing that would have been a major red flag until, like, we noticed he wouldn't turn as much when we would say his name or things, which he does now. You want to sit? But we didn't notice the regression in his learning and his ability to do things and like the level that he was at until about a year, just after a year and a half to 2 years. It was when we started noticing things. And they learn, a lot of autistic kids learn normally up to that point, and then it's like everything just freezes and sometimes even goes backwards. With his case, it did go backwards because he did used to say mama and dada, but after talking with a lot of specialists, that's kind of a normal thing. It's like their mouth just mama, dada, baba. It's like what a baby does. And then he started to lose it, and there was a good probably year there where he didn't say anything. He lost all those words, and he's just got them back. So his 5 words he says is mama, dada, no, don't, and it's more like a don't, and then uh-oh. And uh-oh is his most recent word. He just started saying it. Hi, my baby's coming over. He just started saying it last week, and it was actually within the context of when he should have said it. He dropped a toy, and instead of screaming for us to pick it up, he says, uh-oh, 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 and he repeated the word until we picked up the toy. So we know that that's what he was saying it for. So that was awesome. That was a huge, huge improvement for us, for him to be able to say that. And he's been using it in that context since the first time he said it. So we're just thrilled. And I never thought that like a child saying one word would be that exciting, but we are so thrilled that he can say that. So that's awesome. It can be a challenge sometimes. I mean, more than sometimes, a lot of the time. It's a very challenging job as a mom to be a mother of an autistic child. It is a lot different than a child that can communicate and can understand and can tell you what's wrong or what's hurting or why they're sad or all these things, or hey, can I go outside, or things like that. The level he's at right now, he's not potty trained. He's not even close. He can't say I need to go potty or tell me that he needs to go. So I haven't really attempted it very much, because if he can't communicate that, to me it feels like there's no point. And he has to learn boundaries every time things change, and he doesn't adjust well to change. So like every time we move, which has been a lot over the last year, it's been hard for him. He has to readjust. Sorry. And lack of sleep. That's another big thing for a mom. So anyway, my whole point of bringing this up and telling you guys this is, I hope that for me, going through this and finding things out, it's nice having people that you can relate to that are going through the same things, because people can say, oh yeah, I understand, I know someone that's autistic, or I understand, my cousin's friend's daughter is autistic or whatever, and it's great that they can relate in that way and that they can be around autistic children and like can accept them and everything. But I think it's a whole nother level when you're a parent or a sibling or something, a direct sibling of an autistic child. Like it affects your world directly instead of like just a little bit, I guess. And you learn to deal with those challenges and understand that, it's a lot different than another child that is, progressing normally. So, mostly, I guess, my whole point of doing this is to share my experience with people so that maybe I can help other moms in my situation, or just be a support to them as well as they can be a support to me. So it is hard making a video like this and pouring my heart out about the challenges that I have and the emotions the emotional toll it is to be in my situation. And how hard things are on a daily basis. I'm going to do more videos on this. This is just kind of the introduction to my life, and that I do have an autistic child, and like putting that out there. But I think I'll do like maybe a day in the life or something and just kind of show you. Sorry, it's getting kind of late. I'm tired. But just kind of show you like the challenges that sometimes happen and things. And also maybe a room tour of like how his room is set up so that it's simple for him and helpful and for me to make it easier for me, just to give some moms out there struggling with that just an idea, not necessarily like to say, hey, change your kid's room, but it took me a long time to find a system that worked for him, so maybe it would work for them. So anyway, I'm happy to answer questions and respond to comments or whatever, or even if it's too personal for you, maybe a personal message or something, if you don't feel comfortable bringing it up in the comments, because I know sometimes that's kind of not different, a little awkward or whatever. So you can message me or comments below or whatever with any questions or video requests on things like that. So yeah, I look forward to hearing from you guys, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.